Hey everyone, welcome to a new Shopify video. This is, I think, the 6th or the 7th video in the series. If you want to watch the full playlist, I'll leave a link in the description where you can go ahead and watch it. At this far into the game, we've uploaded and created pretty much all the products we're going to need for our store. I have 13 total products here. I could easily add more. Maybe in the future, past advertising, I'll add up to like 40 at most. And this is really how I set it up. So the first thing I needed to do is, as you guys know, we were using the print-on-demand provider Yoicle. And although Yoicle has great products that they can create, they do not have great mockups. In fact, their mockups are actually pretty bad. I would never straight up just sell a product with the built-in mockup that Yoicle provides. And you'll probably see how it looks here when I show you. For example, these were mockups that I had. This is what's originally created with Yoicle. And to me, this is just not a good image. This is not going to help the sale of the product. If anything, it might hurt it. When it's viewed on the image, it just doesn't look good. This is much better. This is something that I created here. And we have a video of the product here. So let me just turn the volume down real quick. And there we go. So this is a video of the product in different angles, right? And then let me go ahead and continue. We also have another shot here. So this is another mock-up. And by the way, the reason why we use mock-ups like these is just to give the customer an idea of how it would look in their specific house or their office or whatever you want to call it. So every time we create a mock-up, we're kind of helping the customer picture how the item would look in their life. You see what I'm saying? Not really necessarily for showing off the image, because if I want to show off the image, I'm really more using this image, right? Because this shows the quality of the image, the graphics, all that stuff. So that's kind of what the mock-up is for. So if you're listening to this and you're selling print-on-demand t-shirts or print-on-demand hoodies, it's nice to get people in different body sizes. You got skinny, you got fat, you got tall, you got short, to show off how it would look on them. That's what the whole point of a mock-up is. And I found that it helps conversion rates over time. But anyways, so this is how far we've got. If you remember the last video we've created, I kind of made a tutorial of the Yoicle software, and I've made a tutorial on how to integrate it, and I've also kind of explained that I was going to change the mockups, and indeed we did. We also have the theme installed. We have 2 themes installed, which come with Nismo. So if you're familiar, we're using the Nismo Shopify theme, and that comes with the free gift of the clean Shopify theme. So they have 2 different themes that it comes with, right? And if you guys want to access this theme, you could use my discount code. It's code AUTOPILOT100. It'll give you $100 off the total purchase price. So the price is normal $327 plus tax. It'll go down to $227 plus tax. So check it out if you're interested. But anyways, you guys will see how it kind of looks. And this is kind of the functions of it. The whole point of me using a premium theme like this one, because there are different kinds of premium themes, is that it kind of saves money on not kind of, but it does save money on applications. So the Shopify store, the Shopify theme store, the Shopify platform has an app store, and you can pay for these apps that cost money on a monthly basis. And to put things into perspective, I'll just give you an example. If I go over here, where I have like this counter right here, 34 people are viewing this right now. That's an example of an app. 17 sold in the last 15 hours. This is an example of an app that I would have to pay normally on Shopify, okay, to be able to access stuff like this. So this is just one example. I mean, if I click the add to cart, which this is not an add to cart button, this is another example of an app. Spend $100 more to enjoy free shipping. All these kind of features are features that, number 1, boost conversion rates, and number 2, help the success of my business overall. Because think about it. What are conversion rates? Conversion rates are, let's say you send 100 people to your site and you want, let's just say 5 people purchase. That's a 5% conversion rate. Okay. Ideally, I would want more than 5. And that's very rare for a lot of e-commerce stores. In fact, the average you're looking at is 2%. That's the average. So you have to do the cost analysis of how much are your ads going to cost, how much of your product's going to cost to produce, to be able to then yield a profit. So that's why you want to push your conversion rate as high as possible. The only time you can build a website that's mediocre without conversion rated features and things like that, if you're a celebrity or you have some sort of following or some sort of status where people know and trust who you are and they're going to go purchase right away. In our situation here, nobody really knows who this store is, and they definitely don't trust it. This is a brand new thing, and I'm selling it without my identity. So I have to build it to the utmost to be able to get that success. Now that I'm using the theme, there's some things I want to fix and I want to kind of edit here. So the first thing is, in order for me to have a good look on my store, I need to have all the images be uniform. And so this image right here, if you guys see, this is the image that I created, and then once I hover my mouse over it, it shows the old Yoikel mock-up. I don't want that. I want all my images in the front to look like this. So there's a way to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my products. And I'm going to unfortunately have to do this manually, but it is what it is. A lot of people think that when you drag the image to the first cube here, or the first box, that it becomes the front-facing image. And in most cases, that is true, but not in this one. So for example, if I drag this here, people think it's the front. Or if I drag this here, people think it's the front. That's not necessarily true. Because our product has one variation, the variation is saved automatically to the image. So what I have to do is I have to go in and change the variation of the image. So notice how my variation is type J with one size. All I have to do is click on the actual image and correct it. So now I'm picking this one, and I'll hit done and I'll hit save. And that will go ahead and create that front image that I actually want. So I'm going to have to do this multiple times for all the different images in the store. So for example, I'll go here, I'll click on the variant, so deselect the one that's here, select this one, and hit done. And speaking of this image, I think I actually have other mockups that I created like this one for it, which looks pretty decent. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to just drag it and drop it, and there we go. And I'm also going to delete the old Yoikel mockup. I personally don't like it, once again, and I just think just having it on my store in general is not the way for me. So I'm going to keep doing that for all products. Now, I will have to also change the title of the products, change the description, things like that, but I'm going to plan to do that in a different video because I have a specific tutorial for that in the future. So this is what I'm doing. I will also have to change the pricing of the products. So for me, all the pricing here is, I think it says like $25.12. I'm going to go with something pretty basic, like $24 flat for all of them. So in order for me to do that, I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of these by selecting all. I'm going to select bulk edit, and then I'm going to look for the price. So the base price is right here. I'm going to highlight all of them by just dragging this all the way down, and I'm going to change this to $24, just like that. All right, and I'm going to hit save. And in a second, it will be saved, and then all the products will cost that price. So let me go ahead and refresh the page, okay? And I'll go here and refresh, and it should say $24 for each. Yep, there we go. Base price, $24. And notice how the images now are starting to change as the front of the images. I definitely want this front look, and the reason why I want that is because earlier I had set my image ratio size from 3 to 4 ratio, okay? So I want the images to be, taller. If you're selling a different product and you need a different ratio size, you can set that in the settings of this theme. I don't know about all themes, of course. Every theme is different, and the components of each theme is different, but I know this one for sure. So once again, I'm going to click on the image. Okay, that one has the front image. Go to products. I'll click on this one, for example. Scroll down, select the variant, make sure it has the right variant. We'll do this just a couple more times just to see what we're missing, right? This one has the wrong variant. Let's go ahead and click on this one. What I do recommend is when you guys create stores on your product, they should all have the same ratio size on your homepage or on your page so that they can all, look uniform when the store is actually put together. The last thing you want is one image that's a little too wide or one image a little too short, and it kind of stands out, doesn't look uniform, doesn't look clean. You don't want that. So click on this, remove this, Click on this, hit done, hit save. You can kind of see where it's going now. So we're going to have to take one image at a time, but I will definitely create some timestamps on the bottom so you guys can, fast forward different parts when I work on this. But right here we have this kangaroo image. Let me go ahead and switch this here. Select the top variant there. And once again, I'll probably have to go through and delete these images on my off time, off camera, just so that we don't have to waste time just recording everything. But that's essentially what I'll be doing, right? And I'll also be deleting the sizing image, so the sizing chart right here, because they don't have a chart. They don't have variations to choose from. They only have one size to choose from, which is the largest size. So I'll hit save here. I'll hit save there, and done. Okay, so these are just some small examples. Let's go ahead and scroll down here. Select the right variation, all right, which is right here. I'll hit done as well. Okay, so hopefully that's majority of the photos. I might have missed a couple. We can always go back to that, but for now, we'll just keep this the way it is. Now, okay, let's go ahead and refresh. So as I'm looking through the site, the first thing I need to do is make sure I change the aspect of the pre-order. I don't want my button to say pre-order, but the reason why it says that is because there are some settings within Shopify that automatically allow it to be a pre-order versus an add to cart. So what I'm going to have to do is just kind of show you guys what I mean. So I'm going to click on this as an example, and let me see here the right product. Let's actually use this Panther one as an example. Okay, so this Panther one, let's go ahead and go back and let's find the right poster. Let's click on this one. First, let's rename it, since that we have the choice, Panther poster, just so we know what it is. We'll hit save. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have to edit the available quantity, which is kind of why it matters. So if you look here, I'll go ahead and select this bulk edit. And then what we're going to do is work on the inventory. So I'll hit columns and I'll search for something that's related to inventory. So description, product media tag, status, product category, product type, vendor template, online store, international, base price compared to inventory. Here we go. So we have track inventory, okay, and then we have continue selling when out of stock, all right, and that's already checked off, which I'll allow, and let's go ahead and now select track inventory for all. So what I'm going to do is just click here and drag down here, and then just select here and then hit save. Now, since the inventory is not tracked, it might set an automatic default to 0 for the quantity, which is something that I might have to go in and manually do. So let's go ahead and go back here, and let's just refresh the page to see if it changed. And it did not change, which means we're going to have to, change the stock for each item. So if you look here, the stock is available is 0. I can go ahead and click bulk edit and change the Yoicle available. So whatever's Yoicle available is what will change. So I'll go back here, select all of them, bulk edit, and we'll look for that. So columns, and we have anything related to Yoicle. Let's type in available. What about quantity or stock? Stocked at, primary status, continue selling when out of stock. Yeah, we might have to just do this manually, piece by piece. So we'll click here, bulk edit, and then we'll change this to, for example, 1,000. Okay, just like that. Stock at this location. Okay, so maybe it has to be a location-based stock. Let's go ahead and go back, select, and it could be a little bit different for each manufacturer, by the way, because of where it's stocked. So let me see if stocked at Yoicle. Yeah, let's just leave it the way it is. But at this point, this Panther should have some stock related. Yep, now it says add to cart. So now you can kind of see how we can fix that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to probably remove this right here. So I agree with terms and conditions. This is beneficial for some people because if you're experiencing like high chargebacks or something like that, you probably can fix that just by picking the right market to advertise to. However, Let me go ahead and hit customize here, and we'll work on the product page. So we'll go to products, select the default product, which happens to be this Panther. I'll hit allow cookies, and then I'll go over here to this section. And the way this will work is it should be in the settings. I remember, let's see, let's go to product settings. Let's go over here, theme settings, and we have enable product page. This is the section where we turn this part off, right? So we're going to go ahead and turn it off, and there we go, and hit save. Okay, and so now I should be able to go back here. Let's go ahead and view my store and select on let's go to a product. So in this case, we'll go to this product, online preview, hit add to cart. Yep, we never had to agree with any terms and conditions. Let's click buy now. And of course, there was a problem because I didn't add my credit card info. I didn't add my, not my credit card for info, my, the shipping, the address, all that kind of stuff. So I have to fix that later. I also have to connect my payment processors, but that's why there was a problem. But it worked. It definitely worked. So if I go over here, I check out my cart. Let me actually refresh this. But I check out my cart. There should be items in my cart. One item in my cart. If I go over here to view cart, the view cart works with the shipping motivator. Also, we have a countdown, which is great. If I go here and check out, I should have the same issue. Exactly. And the reason why it's not available once again is because I haven't connected my payment processor. So there's no way that I could accept money for the product. And that's why the checkout page is not working. So I'll have to do that later towards the end, but that will be for a different episode. We're working one thing at a time. So now that that's taken care of, let me see how the other theme would take a look on this store. So here's the clean theme. If I go over here and hit customize, and I click on this catalog, and I made a link last night just to kind of see how all these products would look. Look how clean, no pun intended, even though it's called the clean theme. Look how clean this looks, right? It looks very, very professional. It looks very good, and I would definitely be comfortable at running ads and paid ads on this product. We have 2 pages of products. Let's go ahead and click on the next one, okay? And let's see. Let's click here. Take us to the second page. And there we go. So all of them have that same nice front-facing image, which is what I wanted and what I've created. And you guys saw the first page, you saw the second page. Like I said, the thing I have to delete is the Yoicle mockup. But if you see here, like this image does not have the Yoicle mockup. It has the mockup that I built from a other website. Let's go ahead and click on this. This is a great mockup, and this is a terrible mockup, in my opinion. You look at this one, and you look at this, and there's a significant difference between the two. I mean, one just looks much more presentable. So let me show you how I created some of the mockups and how we're going to do some editing into the future here. So I went over here to place it. You can look at some of my past downloads, so I'll just share them with you. I'll hit view all here, and you could see how many I did last night just to kind of show you, and some of them are free. So I'll leave a link in the description where you can access some of these mockups, like this one right here. Let me click make more. This one was free, so not all of them are free, but some of them are. If you want, you could pay for the the paid version. You'll get access to more mockups, but you can see I don't want to scroll down because I don't want to show the other things that I'm working on, but you can kind of see the different images. Like this one here was a real nice mockup right here. And this worked very well. And all you do to make this work is you just upload your image. So for example, I'll click here. I'll click upload from device. And then I'll select any one of my images. So in this case, these are images that I've made already. And then I could scroll down here to, let's say, like this image, right, of the kangaroo. And I'll bring it to size, right, the same way. And this is, by the way, the same exact image that's going to be printed, okay? It's just the small version. All right, and then there we go. I have a perfect photo. And if you have the time, you could just click on the right-hand side, and these images will be automatically uploaded to other images. So just like this. And I could go ahead and I could actually download it. So I'll hit download here, and then it will go through the processing your mockup phase. And once it fully processes, I'm able to click download, and there we go. the image is created for me. You can make your own mockups. I've made my own a few times, which turned out really good. But sometimes they take a little bit too long, too much time. So if you want something easy like this, I'll leave a link in the description where you can access it. And also, it is nice to test different mockups and try different mockups, because you never know what your audience is going to react to well. Because if their house or their, kind of looks like your product, their situation looks like, something that you're advertising to, it could help the conversion. So for example, let's say somebody has a couch in their house, in their living room, with like something like this, like a look like this. They might say, "Oh, that's interesting. That might look good. That might look good on our house or at our house." And we live in a e-commerce type economy. A lot of the things that are purchased now online, and sometimes it's a little bit harder for people to predict what is it going to look like in their house. They're not sure 100% if they actually want to purchase the product before they get it. So having mockups is somewhat critical to your business, because once again, if I only use this mockup, I would have a very, very hard time advertising. Very hard time. It looks blurry. It just doesn't look clean whatsoever. Something I do want to get to real quick is the image here. So the image, if we look here, it depends on what setting you're using. So the clean theme, let me go ahead and use the Nismo theme for real quick, since this is what we've used. I'll go over here, and there's two different themes, so you're gonna have to work with it a bit. But having two different themes is a good option for most people, because they're not 100% sure on what they want to provide. So, and things might look different. So if you remember when I said earlier, the reason why the Yoico mockup doesn't look good when it's all stretched the wrong way, and this one looks better, is because this is in a 3:4 ratio. And if you notice here, I went to the product page. So this is the default product page. And then I went over to my settings, okay? And it says aspect ratio. You have different choices. You have a 1:1 aspect ratio, which just means a perfect square, okay, like this. But this cuts off the image. I don't like that. Then we have a 3:4 aspect ratio, which is ideal, because not only are my mockups looking like this, but my main image looks like this. And then we have a 4:3, which is more in horizontal than it is tall, which once again does not look good. It cuts off the image. And then we have a 16:9, which is almost like a YouTube thumbnail size, which is so horizontal than it is vertical. I go here. I just selected the 3:4. You don't have to select 3:4. You want to select whatever works for you best, and whatever works for your images best. So that's kind of what I went with, and it looks better when it's on the type of mockups that I pick. So since I picked this aspect ratio, all the different mockups and all the different images that I have will follow the same aspect ratio. Does that make sense? So that's kind of what I'm working on. So behind the scenes for the next video, I'll just go ahead and fix all the different products, meaning I'll delete this image. I'll fix the stock so they all say add to cart. And I think that's what I'll have to do behind the scenes. I'll definitely create some graphics, and then we'll upload them together on the site for the next episode, so you guys can see what we're working on. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video was beneficial. Once again, I'll leave the discount code and the website link to Nismo in the description. I'll also leave my link for Place It in the description. If I could check, I'll try my best to find a discount code for Place It. I don't know if I have one, but I'll check. Once again, I'll leave that in the description box down below. And I'm going to start writing a blog article step by step on everything we've done for the Shopify series. So if you're interested in that, I will gradually start putting that. That might not be today, but over time I'm going to start writing a article for it, so that you guys can have a second source that you can look through and see the kind of things that are going on. So that's really pretty much it for today. So we covered a lot, really. The website is starting to be put together. It's starting to look a lot better because of the small changes that we made with the products and everything like that. And all it takes is just a few clicks, a few changes, and you can really boost up how your website looks. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon. Peace out. Bye.